Hello everyone, good morning, afternoon, evening maybe, depending on where you're located. Thank you for joining this presentation. I just would like to confirm in the chat, please, if you can see the slides and also hear me. Hi, Jesus Ramon, how are you doing? Awesome, thank you very much. So let's get started so we can finish on time. First of all, I hope that you are enjoying the Global Azure Virtual 2020. There are more than 150 speakers talking about more than 200 topics around the Azure platforms. Uh, yes, this session is in English, and in 2 hours we will have the same one but in Spanish. You can just go to my channel and you will find the link, or I will post it later on my social networks. Awesome. Thank you very much for joining, subscribing, and yeah, everything is good. Thank you. Thank you, Ricardo. I hope that you are also doing well. So today I'm going to talk about the Azure Custom Vision service, uh, which is one of the cognitive services solutions that you can use to create image classifiers. And you can also export this classifier as a model to integrate it in your mobile applications. I would like to point out that in this session, I will work with the portal to create the classifier and then export the model and in a Xamarin application. But later today, I also have another session, but this one is already, it's pre-recorded. I use the .NET SDK there to, to create the classifier. So in this case, I develop a .NET Core application. It's in English. Yes, it's in English. I also have a session in Spanish about the same .NET SDK. If you want, I can share the links later in the talk. Or yeah, on Twitter I can also post it. So yeah, let's get started, and greetings to Mexico and the other countries where you are joining. Thank you. So just a little bit introduction about me again. I'm Luis. I am a Microsoft MVP from Mexico in developer technologies and artificial intelligence. I'm currently working as a researcher at Tomás Batia University in Slin, Czech Republic. I'm also a lecturer at Tecnológico Nacional de México in Celaya, Mexico. And yeah, I'm in love in to Xamarin mobile applications, cloud computing with Azure, and artificial intelligence topics. So you have my email, you have my Twitter. If you want to connect, if you want to send me any questions, if I can help you. Sometimes I am a bit busy, or there is a lot of work, but sooner or later I reply to the messages. Sorry if sometimes I take so much time, but yeah, let's connect. So this is the outline of my presentation. First, I will talk about what is image classification, how humans perceive it or do it, then what happens with computers. We will briefly talk about the Azure Cognitive Services platform, how artificial intelligence is simplified for us, and the final topic, of course, is the main one of this talk, which is the Custom Vision service. Uh, we will explore what is it, how we can use the portal to create this image classifier, and then export it and integrate it in a mobile application built with Xamarin. So we can use Android and also in iOS. And just some final conclusions. But yes, by the way, you can download these slides if you want. They are available on my SlideShare account or channel. So yeah, feel free to download and use them and ask if anything. So yeah, what is image classification? Well, it means to identify the visual content of in a picture, such as recognizing that yeah, in the right photo there are two dogs and two cats, and we know where or which photo belongs to each animal. In let's say in a more scientific way, yeah, the human eye perceives an image as a set of signals which are processed by the visual cortex in the brain. This, of course, results in an experience for us, in a scene that we can remember later. So this is recorded in our memory. For us, it's just a trivial task. But what happens with computers? It is quite complicated because they actually have to uh, implement maybe a neural network or a deep neural network, so they can extract the features that identify a cat and distinguish this animal from others. Well, not only animals, but objects in general. So, of course, this not only takes one image, but hundreds, thousands. Mm, I wouldn't say that the largest the better, because sometimes you can overtrain your network, but yeah, there should be some balance. Of course, if you increase the number, yes, you will the neural network will extract more features and will easily distinguish between different objects, but it's not about just using, yeah, millions maybe. Yeah, it depends, of course, on what is the purpose of our identification. So yeah, there is a lot of mathematical process, there is a lot of work which is behind. So the question is that if we would like to develop an application that can identify objects of importance in our images, do we need to be AI experts or proficient in mathematics, data science? Well, the answer is that no, because thanks to the Microsoft Azure Cognitive Services solution, which are a suite of APIs that allow you to easily integrate capabilities such as vision, speech, language, or knowledge. Yeah, we can accelerate the developing of mobile applications. Of course, it always helps if you have a background in artificial intelligence, because that way you will know what to expect, or you will maybe understand better the limits in this AI. It is very common to ask or to wonder if you can bring your own models, your own maybe computer vision model. And while you can't, because these artificial intelligence, these neural networks, let's say, are already developed by Microsoft or by the experts, there are other areas such as machine learning or machine learning studio where you can bring your own algorithms, or you can maybe export some of these models to different platforms and work on these results, on these models. So yeah, back to the, let's say, developer point of view. Uh, let's imagine that maybe you have a photo of a document and you would like an application to read it loud for you. So you can use the OCR capability, which is included in the computer vision solution or service. You send an image and stream to this resource, cloud resource, and then it will be analyzed by the service, and the text that is contained, if there is some text, um, will be detected, extracted, and returns to you. And yeah, there are many other capabilities, such as converting text into voice, text to speech, or vice versa, the opposite. You can build a bot that understands your users with by using natural language, the same way we are just communicating. Um, Yeah, and no AI knowledge is actually required because everything translates to API requests and responses, or there are also SDKs available in .NET, Python, Go, Node.js, and Java. Yeah, Java is as well. Well, it depends. Several services have or offer SDKs for different platforms. And if a platform is not supported by an SDK, there is always a REST API. So most of the languages can, or you can write code for HTTP requests in different languages. So yeah, that's another option for you. So yeah, computer vision is one of the cognitive services that allow you to embed vision capabilities in your applications. Yeah, I just mentioned the OCR example, but there are also other features such as recognizing logos, landmarks, content moderations, thumbnails generation as well, without losing, let's say, resolution. You can scale your pictures. Yeah, and yeah, there are also other features available. So, but sometimes you would like to recognize only specific items that are part of your business scenarios. And this is where the custom vision service enters or can be useful. In this case, you need to follow, let's say, a machine learning scenario or approach, because you need to train a model by using images with labels, and then yeah, you will get this model trained for you without, again, AI expertise. So, what are the steps involved in the creation of an image classifier with Custom Vision? Um, yeah. Well, first you need to actually create a project, which is more or less like creating a resource in Azure. In this case, actually, we use a kind of different website, customvision.ai. We will see in a minute. So we create this project where everything will be hosted in. Then we can immediately start adding images with their corresponding tags, one or many, because maybe you have one image which applies to several tags. Let's say that you have a picture of scissors. Yeah. But so yeah, you have the tag scissors, but maybe you also add kitchen item or I don't know, uh, dangerous item, because maybe you would like to create a solution for kids that you would like to avoid dangerous or sharp items, and yeah, you would like to take a photo which identifies, okay, this object can be dangerous for this kid, so yeah, better to remove it. So yeah, you can have one image and several tags. Yep. um, After that, after you provide, let's say, some images or the ones that you consider enough, you can train the classifier. You can see maybe this green button, big green button. You train the classifier. You can test it after it finishes, check if the accuracy is enough for you or if it needs more training. So retrain, yes. And after you feel comfortable with the results, you can publish it so it can be used outside your test or staging, let's say, platform. So you can perform, you can send API request to your model. You will get a URL where all your requests will be processed by the model that you just created, or you can also export it, take it to other platforms uh, for offline scenarios. Yes, and yeah, in this case, the Custom Vision service is available in different SDKs. So you can use the portal, you can use the REST API, or the SDKs which are in this image: Python, Java, Go, Node, JS, and also .NET, of course. Um, So yeah, in this talk I will focus on the portal, but later in this day I have the same session but with the SDK. I will drop the link at the end of this presentation, so you can follow it. Okay. So if you are interested in. Mm, so yeah, the first step, as we mentioned before, is to create a project. The project represents the data and model for specific tasks. Um, Actually, an image classifier is a model that was built with Custom Vision Service using these labeled images. So you can say that a project, a Custom Vision project, is basically an image classifier. So you can use both terms as synonyms, let's say, in this let's say talk, or when you are covering this topic very easily. We can go to the website, and yeah, we can even do this. Maybe that will help. So we can, um, yeah, while it's while the resource is being created, we can continue with the presentation. Mhm. Okay, so we can create a project. Let's say some vision demo. Yes. Uh, no description for the moment. We can create an Azure resource. Yes. Let's say custom vision demo resource. You choose your subscription. Yes. Then the resource group, you can also create a new one. I will choose a location that is closer to me. Yeah, sorry, I will make this larger. So this is just very basic information. The resource, we are just waiting until it is created. Okay. I think something happened here. Yes, the research group. Yes. Yeah, this one. Now I can. Yes, sure. Um, okay, so we have two types of projects. We have classification or object detection. The classification is basically to analyze if an image, what is inside an image, but only one element. Well, okay, yeah, you can actually identify several elements. Yes, like there is a dog, there is a person, there is a building. Object detection gives the same information, but also returns the position in like a rounding box, so, yes, which determines the position of different objects in your picture. Objects, of course, that were detected in this in this photo or in this image. Okay, so if you want to not only to identify an element but also know where in your picture it is located, you would use the object detection project type. In our case, we will work with classification, but later I have a webinar about object detection. So yeah, I can tell you later about it. Also, depending on how many tags you include in a single image, you would choose between multi-label or multi-class. In my case, um, I only have one tag per image, and that's it. Okay, yeah, there is a question by Ricardo. How many images for the model? Yeah, the recommended is at least 30. Actually, that's also on the last part, which is the recommendations. I will give some recommendations, and yeah, I can talk about this later if you want. But yeah, the minimum is 30, 30 sorry, is 30, but not any 30. So we can talk a bit about it if you want, almost at the end of my presentation, okay? Because yeah, there should be some, there are some good recommendations about this, the images that you provide to your classifier, okay? And yeah, so after you select the multi-class or multi-label classification type, there is the last thing, which is the domain. So basically, the domain helps you to, or sorry, you are actually helping the image classifier to reduce the object types that will be identified in your image classifier. If you are building an application that will recognize drinks, food, uh, dishes that you would find on menus, restaurants, and so on, you would choose the food domain. Yeah, it's like it's for optimization, yeah, as well. If your application will recognize buildings, landscapes, natural, artificial uh, environments, you would choose landmarks. If your application is for building or detecting, sorry, for detecting items, products, you are creating a shopping website, yeah, online stores, you will choose the retail domain. And if um, none of these domains cover what you are going to identify, yeah, you can use the general domain, which covers everything. Of course, the general domain will take more time to train it, and maybe you would even need more images because the other ones, which are particular to certain to specific scenarios, they already have some pre-trained models. Okay, And the compact ones, which you see are the same as the first four that I just explained. The fourth last one, the compact ones, are focused for export capabilities. The compact domains are similar to the main versions, but they sacrifice a bit of accuracy in favor of um, speed. So they will deliver results faster, but maybe there will be some loss in accuracy. It is up to you what you would like. If your, let's say, aim is platforms such as mobile, yeah, you could use the compact. But if you see that this accuracy loss is too high for you, maybe you can use the normal ones and use the REST HTTP REST or APIs requests. But yeah, there are also some optimizations, some tricks that I can talk about almost at the end of my presentation. Okay, good. And then we create the project. Yeah. So we will wait a bit. Yeah, it's project limit exceeded. Yeah, I didn't know that, but don't worry, I can delete this one. Um, Hopefully, but maybe I need to create one again. No worries. I didn't know that, or I forgot that. Luckily, I have already the retars and the. Actually, I'm using retail, and yeah, that's it. Now it is being created. So let's go back a bit in our presentation. I already explained the object detection. You can see that the images are identified. Yes, there are apples, but also where are these apples are. As you might imagine, all these requests are, sorry, um, all these requests, um, you get the information as JSON text. So you will get this rounding box information. You will get a top, left, width, and height. So you can build this, let's say, window where your object is located. I already explained the domain part. So after you create the project, you have your workspace. We will go back to it in a minute. So you can start adding your images. Of course, they are like the main input of your project. Yes. So we will upload this information. We will upload the pictures along with the specific tag or tags, depending on how many are included there. And yeah, you will start creating training images. Training images are pictures of the images that you assign the tag, and you want the service to extract the features that identify this in order to create the classifier. Okay, so yeah, this is our workspace. Yes. And we can start adding the images. So, okay, there is some issue here. Well, yeah, I have the images in the other computer. I am sorry for this. Just give me a minute. In the meantime, like maybe I can continue with the presentation and then I will start uploading them. Okay. So yeah, we can maybe wait a bit while these pictures are being sent to my USB. Yeah, because I have the pictures there. Okay. In this case, yeah, maybe I can talk a bit about the um, that data set. Um, there are a lot of data sets, public data sets that you can use to create image classifiers. So one of these is the coil 100, which of course has 7,200 images which belong to 100 different objects. For each, there are 72 pictures, and this is part of the good, let's say, or best practices in you for your image classifiers. Why 72? Because actually you can see that it is the same image, it is the same picture, but uh, they, they use a camera and they rotate it 5 degrees to get different perspectives of this image. So 5 degrees and 70 times, 72 times, yeah, gives you the whole, let's say, uh, with the whole scenario, the whole point of view, yeah, the whole 360. So that's also one, it takes time, yes, that's one good thing that you can do to improve the performance or the accuracy of your image classifier. Yeah, it takes time, but it will help you to your project. So yeah, you can also consider that when you are developing this kind of solution. In my case, I am not uploading the the 100 actually, because yeah, it will take more much time. I'm just uploading a few of them, a subset. But it is also worth mentioning, yeah, that in this case you can see that the names are object 14 and 2 underscores 0, object 14 to underscores 5, and so on. Yeah, this 0, 5, 10 actually is the degree, the degrees. Um, so I have to like manually identify the tags and also assign them. So yeah, we would go to these training images. It is almost finishing. So if you have a question in the meantime, maybe I can answer some questions. It is almost finishing. Yeah, because I changed the computer where I am um, hosting this presentation, and yeah, everything is ready, like the presentation, the demo, but I forgot the images. Of course, I could use one that I already have, but why not to do it right now? So yes, now I can. So it's very easy to create the image classifier from the portal. We start by clicking here at images, and you can see here, for instance, yeah, I will start maybe with this one. Oh, no, I, I, I need to select all of them. Yes. No, it's not. Sorry, I'm sorry. Yes. And the tag is Tristan code box. Okay, good. So they are being uploaded, and yeah, if you select one, yeah, you have the tag. You could add other ones if you want. Yes, you do the same for next batch of images. Let's go back to maybe these ones. As I said, in the meantime, if you have any questions, please, while I add some of these. Okay, there is a question by Ricardo about the resolution of images. Yeah, that's also a very good question, which I also consider in the recommendations. Uh, okay, I think I forgot to put the mm, okay, so let's select all and tag images onion. Okay, yes, about the resolution. Yeah. Mm, you need to the context matters. So actually, you need to use a similar resolution that you will find, let's say, in the wild, that you will find in the real scenario, um, because it doesn't help too much if your training images are perfect. Let's say that they are taken with they are yeah being they are taken by a super pro camera with high resolution, but then you in the while in the real application you use a normal camera or maybe one that has problems, so also the pictures maybe will not be very good and the classifier will get confused. So the recommendation is to use images that you will find in the real life scenario. So yeah, that would be better. Also, diversity matters, let's say, in the sense that for instance, in this case, yeah, we are also considering different perspectives of the image. But what happens if there is another, let's say, rollerblade bottle, but with different color, right? Yeah. In this case, this model was not trained to recognize this. So, yeah. Okay, I will just add maybe the ones that will be relevant for this presentation, because I would like to identify some of these objects. And I think I forgot to put again the tag. Okay. Any other question in the meantime? I just need to add maybe two more categories and we can continue. Which one? If you would also like to experiment with this data set, there is of course this coil 100, and also there is a shorter version, the coil 20. You can just look in Bing, Google for this. The only issue, let's say, is that these 20 images are in grayscale, so they are not colored. So yeah, maybe it's good or bad depending on your context. Um, yeah, it's regarding, well, there is another question about the background. Um, well, the background should not matter at all because the classifier uses several techniques such as maybe edge detection. So it will recognize that here there is this box, cigarette box, and the background was black, white, didn't matter at all. Mm, but if you have, let's say, an orange and the background is also orange color, you might find some issues with your classifier. Yeah, you will confuse it. So maybe the only recommendation I could give is uh, to use a background that doesn't interfere at all with your image. Okay. Mm, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, in the meantime. So I have got, yeah, I think I have enough of this. So we already submit the training, sorry, the images and also the tags. So let's go back to this presentation. We did this, but we added several of them. Yes. So now that we have enough, let's say, images, we can start training this classifier. Every time that the classifier is retrained, a new iteration of the model is created. Yeah, in this case, the iteration concept is important. It's an iteration is like a version of your image classifier. So if you would like to use a certain or a specific iteration, yeah, you can do that. So you can have, this is important, let's say, for staging and production scenarios. So you could have the production one for your customers, but in the meantime, you can start working in a newer version. You can start adding new images and what happens with the performance of this newer version. So you can test it before releasing it to production. So this step is very easy because we just click on this train button. There are two training types, of course. Quick and advanced training, of course, maybe you already figured out what's the deal with them. Quick training, yeah, you get results in a matter of seconds, but computation time is um, also, yeah, short, but maybe the accuracy is less than an advanced training, because the advanced training, of course, takes much more time identifying or extracting the characteristics. Yeah, you can see how much time it will take, but of course this also deals with the budget that you have assigned to your research. So yeah, maybe for this time, yeah, we can use the quick train first. And yeah, we are just waiting until this training finishes. It shouldn't take too much time. In this case, actually, I think I submit like 300 or something. In the whole scenario, it was like more than 1,000 images. But yeah, this is just some um, sample or demo. Good. So yeah, yeah. To be honest, I don't like when, or maybe it's just me, but I don't like when everything is 100%. I should agree that there should be some minor loss, because sometimes perfection is suspicious. Like, how is it possible that something is 100% all the time? But, well, that's also my, let's say, research point of view, or the researcher inside of me takes this out. But okay, it's you can see how it works later. But so and yeah, we can, if you want, we can now proceed to the test. For testing an image, we have like we can submit an image, or maybe browse an image that I have. Actually, I can. There is another picture here. I should have one. Yes. For instance, you can see this picture. I didn't use this one in the training, of course. So let's see if it can recognize what's there. And yeah, you see that this new image for this classifier is there, identified in correct, yeah, with 99.8 probability. Yeah, it says that it is an onion, and there is a minor uh, percentage, almost zero, for tomato and the rest, right? Of course, everything here around sums up 100%. So yeah, and you can also, as you can see, you can choose which iteration you would like this picture to classify. So this helps again. This is one advantage of versioning. Yeah. So after we see, okay, we evaluated, yeah, it is good. We can publish it. We can simply click on this publish button, and um, yeah, we mm, okay, yeah, I use the research. Okay, yes. So when it is published, it means that it is available to other applications or to your customers. So if you are developing an application, you can either use this first URL endpoint or the second one. It depends on your source. If you have a URL, you can use the first one, or if you have an image and stream, you can use the second one. For our project, we will use this second one. And yeah, there are also some requirements such as prediction key, which is the same as the first one, the first case, but the content type is different because in this case we are using octet string, and yeah, the body is the string. Sure. So this is important because we will build an application that uses this. Um, yeah, but the um, another advantage after you publish is that you can take your model to any other platform or to several platforms. So it can be applied, this image classification, in unique scenarios or requirements, mainly for um, offline applications. Because in this case, of course, you know that you have to send a request, an HTTP request to Azure. Sometimes you would not like to send the information there because maybe the data is, let's say, compliant. There is GDPR. Uh, there is sensitive information, such as if you are in hospitals, uh, or yeah, you get the idea. But you would like to use these image classification capabilities. So you can um, export your model to TensorFlow for Android or Python applications, to Onyx for Windows 10, to CoreML for iOS, Mac applications, even to a container to set up server maybe. Yes. So that is possible and it's very simple, but of course you need, or it is better, sorry, you need to select this compact domain, and you will be able um, to to um, to export it. So in this case, yeah, how we do it? We go to the performance. Okay, yes, performance. Okay, yeah, in my case, as you can see, I didn't select the compact domain. I forgot, but it's fine. I can change that. I go to the settings. I select the domain, retail. Of course, this, I export this and save changes. So yeah, this is a limitation that you need to select the export domain. But of course, I need to publish again. Okay, yes, yes. Actually, I need to train because I need to train because I changed the model. Yes. So it will be iteration two. Iteration two uses now the compact domain, the retail compact domain. Yes. Okay, so give me a second because uh, my computer is in low battery, so I need to go. Oh, okay. Look, but in the meantime, it is training. All right. So now that the model has finished, uh, I publish it. Yes, and I export it. Yeah, and now export capabilities are allowed. So I can select, let's say, CoreML. I export it. It prepares the package. I download it, and yeah, it is here. This one. This is the CoreML model. Yep. And I can do the same for um, TensorFlow for an Android application. You can choose different, let's say, flavors. TensorFlow Lite, TensorFlow like normal, Float 16, JS. It depends on your scenario. Again, export, download, and it is here. Yep, it's here. This is the TensorFlow model, and the labels are also included, which of course are the tags that are in this project. Yes. So now we can, yeah, I explained this. We already created the image classifier in the portal, and now we can check mobile application. So please give me a second. By the way, yeah, this project is available on GitHub. So if you want, you can give it a go. You can check it. Just give me a second. So in this project, we have like two options. I am using the I am sending request to the API, but also the local classification is possible. Sorry. Yeah, here. With the TensorFlow and CoreML models. So yeah, you will see it in a second. Let me know if you have other questions. What is the difference in cost between quick and advanced? We will go also to the pricing part to explain that. Okay, so in this application, yes, the most important things are, for instance, in the constant part, we have we set the prediction key and the URL. In this case, I usually prefer to split this URL a bit. I am using the key of another project, but it's the same one. Okay. Just remember that this is obtained here in your production URL. Well, why not? We are already here. Okay. So let me replace it. The as you can see, I copy the image file, but I split it a bit. This is the base. I use this as a base address because sometimes you have the same one and only the service part changes. So I will do that. Okay. And you can see in the URL which something like the ID, project ID, the name of the iteration. Yes. So this information is used in this Custom Vision Azure service. I am sending a request to this base URL which you just saw. And yeah, according to the documentation, you need to add the prediction key as a header of your requests. Then we can call this classify image. Sorry, you can send a post a request. Yeah, just complete the URL, you send the octet string, and the content is, of course, your the string of your picture. It's a byte array, for instance. Something important that it is not mentioned in the documentation yet, but I found it as a comment, but I think the documentation has not been updated yet, is that you need to include the TLS 12 security protocol in your request. So yeah, and after that, the result is retrieved in JSON format. So we just need to convert it. Let's say we have a model. Yes, sorry, this. No, actually, this model, and then we can extract the results. That's for the API part. But I also have a local which uses the TensorFlow or CoreML. So in the case of CoreML, yeah, I am using the on-device custom vision NuGet package, which simplifies things. Otherwise, I would need to write native code for iOS or Android. But the idea is that you simply use this classify image method. You send the stream, of course, of your picture, but you need to set in each of the platform-specific projects. For instance, in the iOS, in your app delegate, you need to include from your resources, you can see, yes, we have here the ML model that we got from the export. And yeah, this. In my case, yeah, since I am using, well, okay, I can work with yeah, because yeah, it's almost time. But I could add the one that I downloaded, right? And yeah, basically, you just need to set up this and yeah, also compile it. But yeah, this is like specific. For Android is a bit easier because you initialize this classifier. In this case, this is iOS image classifier for the iOS application. For Android, in your main activity, you have the Android image classifier in it, and here you indicate, okay, I have a resource, sorry, an asset. Yes, my model, you include it in your project. This is my model, and these are the labels, the tags. And that's it. Okay, so let's test it. Yeah, sorry that it took so much time, but yeah, if you have other questions, please, it would be great to answer what it is building. Uh, Okay, it is built, but why can I select the simulator? Hmm, it's a bit weird. I cannot select. Okay, so maybe we can try the Android one. I just need to start the motion. Let's build it, because this one also takes time, and you will see it in a minute. So, yes, Ricardo is asking if the model.pv is downloaded from Custom Vision. Yes, when we exported the model, you can see here in the downloads. Okay, this is a ML model, but here from the TensorFlow export, I obtained this one. So you just simply add it to your Android project. I think it's a bundle resource. You also it's an Android asset, but make sure that it is copied to the output directory so it can be uh, found by the Android image classifier. The same goes for the CoreML one. Okay. Okay, we are almost there. Um, well, since I created the project here in this Mac, I couldn't use the Onyx project because that would be for the UWP solution. So it will be a perfect cross-platform application for image classifier. But yeah, you can add the Windows 10 project and use the Onyx model. Come on, come on. Good. So I think I clicked the the deploy very quickly. I thought it was already loaded, but yeah, we will see. If you have another question, yeah, please go ahead. Yes, it is taking some time to be deployed. So yes, in this case, I will select this application. In this application, you can either pick a photo from your um, phone device, or you can use the camera. But since I am using the emulator, yeah, the camera is not supported here. But if you deploy it to your device, you can test it. So let me choose. Okay, maybe this image. Yeah. So let's try sending a request to the cloud, and the service that we created in this session says, okay, it's taking too much time. Maybe I don't have internet access. I forgot to check. Okay, yes, it says that it is a frog. Yes, it took too much time, but maybe the network is a bit slow. I'm also broadcasting or streaming, sorry. But yeah, it says that it is a frog. And what happens with the local one? Yeah, the result, you will see it almost immediately. Yeah, it is a frog. As you can see, the accuracy is lower. Yeah, it is also lower because actually they are two different models, because I am using a formerly trained model. I'm not using the one that I just created. There are many other categories, but yeah, at least it is correctly identified. So let's just use another one and we can finish this presentation. Yeah, I also have maybe one important slide, and that's it. Yeah, I also have some demos for the Face API. That's why you can see all these other pictures. So let's see this one. Let's start with the local model. Yeah, it says that it's a cigarette box, and the cloud would say, yeah, it's also a cigarette box, but with higher accuracy. So yeah, you can apply it to different scenarios. Yeah, you can download it, fork it, improve it. I'm open to any pull requests. Yeah, feel free. So yeah, optimization, yeah, this is important. So as I said during the presentation, yeah, the best way to generate this quality classifier is to add a diversity of tagged images, different backgrounds, yes, angles, object sizes, group of photos, and variants of types. But keep in mind that your images should truly represent what the application, what the classifier will encounter in the real world. It doesn't matter if you took the perfect pictures if they don't represent what is happening in the real life. Every time you train the model, or as you just saw, if you change the domain, you need to train the model after you add the images or change the domain, and at least 30 images. That's the recommendation from Microsoft. Okay. It can work with less than that, but it's better to have at least this 30. Regarding pricing, yes, you can see you can see that you can use the free instance up to two free projects. And this might respond part of your question, Ricardo. In the free instance, you can train up to 1 hour per month. Yes. Or, and you can also predict up to 10,000 predictions in 1 month and train 5,000 images in the free instance. And every second you can send up to two images for prediction. In the standard one, of course, the limits are higher in the sense that, or let's say that, well, you have more capabilities, right? You can send 10 transactions per second, have up to 100 projects. Every image can be large in size, 6 megabytes. And regarding training, yeah, since it is advanced, yeah, you would pay $20 per compute hour. So yeah, it can be a bit pricey, but the results or the accuracy would be better. So it also depends on budget, okay? Yeah, so there are a lot of scenarios that you can think of, mainly product line category detection, or maybe you would like to identify between healthy and uh, non-healthy plants or uh, some food items and so on. Yeah, you can also use it in shopping stores to recognize some images or categorize some products. Here you have some useful links to learn about the Custom Vision service, the documentation. There are quick starts on Microsoft Learn. And if you are interested in working with your Custom Vision model in Python, for instance, yeah, there is also a link for that in the documentation. So yeah, that's it for me. If you have any questions, yeah, I will leave the chat open for a few minutes. Thank you very much for joining, for attending this session. Here you have some of my links on GitHub, LinkedIn, SlideShare, YouTube. If you would like to connect or send me any questions as well. Yeah, I will check the chat now. So just give me 1 second to see. And again, keep enjoying this Global Azure Virtual. Um, there are more sessions in exactly 50 minutes. I will repeat this session, but in Spanish language. So yeah, if you want, you can uh, continue to be here, or if you have other questions, yeah, you can also um, join us later. And yeah, I told you that I'm going also to talk about the .NET SDK for for Custom Vision service. Yes, um, I already have my session. Um, and I have the link for my video, so you can check it. Just give me a second, and I will post it on on the on the chat. Okay. Um, okay. This this video is not available yet because there is an agenda. It is scheduled to be released at 9 p.m. British time. So yeah, but you can keep the link and come back later. Yes. So yes, that's it. Um, Here I explain the Custom Vision service, but we work with an application. I also have that project, the Custom Vision one, on my GitHub. I have several which are called like in the same name, more or less. But if you go to my repository, you will see this one, customvision.net SDK demo. So this one is console, .NET Core console application. And here you can see the tags that we add in the portal. The, the images actually are part of the project. Yes, they are already here, all of them. More than 1,000 of them. So in the SDK, yeah, we use the create tag method, the create images from data async, train project, and so on. So yeah, come back to this link that I sent you. As I told you, the video is private for now, but in 4 hours, I believe. I'm a bit lost. It will be live. Yes. So again, thank you very much for joining. If there are no more questions, we can finish this streaming and see you next time. Tomorrow I also have more sessions as part of the Global Azure Virtual. And so you can just check my YouTube channel for the times and links. And that's it. So yeah, great to see you and have a good day. Goodbye.